Alright team, the patient presents with symptoms of bursitis, multisystem inflammatory syndrome, and a list of types of inflammation by location. What do we think is the diagnosis here?
Based on those symptoms, it could be a variety of conditions. It might be related to an infectious disease or an inflammatory disorder.
I'm thinking along the lines of an autoimmune response triggering multi-system inflammation. It's possible.
I agree with Leslie, but I also think we should consider the possibility of a specific type of inflammation in a particular part of the body.
Yeah, I see where Randall is coming from. The location of the inflammation could be key to the diagnosis here. Enough. It's the evolution of infectious disease, plain and simple. Randall and Gary, you two will perform a rhizotomy immediately. I know it's risky, but it's the only way. Leslie and Frank break into the patient's residence and find any clues that might confirm our suspicions.
Evolution of Infectious Disease by Charles Darwin. What does that have to do with the patient?
Just shut up and get it done. Tracy, you called me in here. What's up?
I heard you want to perform rhizotomy on your patient with evolution of infectious disease. Are you sure about this, Hawks?
Of course I'm sure. I've been in this field for years, Tracy. I know what I'm doing.
But Hawks, you have a track record of being wrong with these kinds of cases. I can't have you making risky decisions like this.
You need to trust me on this. We can't dwell on past mistakes forever.
I understand your confidence, but we can't afford any more missteps, Hawks. Think this through carefully.
I have thought it through, Tracy.
Oh no, the patient is in critical condition. This is not good, Gary.
I know, Randall. It seems like rhizotomy was not the right treatment for evolution of infectious disease, despite Dr. Hawks' insistence.
We need to figure out the correct treatment and fast. What do you think it could be, Gary?
Let's not panic, Randall. I'm sure we can find a solution. Maybe the key lies in what Leslie and Frank found at the patient's home.
That's true. I hope it leads us to the right diagnosis. Let's gather all the information we have and piece it together.
Oh my God, look at this place. It's a mess. No wonder this patient keeps getting sick.
Let's focus on finding clues related to the evolution of infectious disease. We need to see if there's something here that can help us understand why the treatment isn't working.
I see dirty dishes piled up in the sink, trash overflowing, and pet hair everywhere.
Wait, what's this?
It seems like Dr. Hawks was too quick to jump to conclusions. The real issue may not be the treatment itself, but the environment the patient is living in. We need to address these bad cleaning habits to truly help them fight the evolution of infectious disease.
You incompetent fools. How could you misdiagnose evolution of infectious disease and perform the wrong treatment with rhizotomy? You nearly killed the patient.
But Dr. Hawks, what we discovered at the patient's home wasn't relevant to evolution of infectious disease.
Exactly. The symptoms didn't match up with what we initially thought. It was a complex case, sir.
You found a prescription bottle for rhizotomy. What sense does that make? Rhizotomy was the operation I ordered. Did you fools make up evidence you found at the home?
That's what the bottle said.
I even texted you a picture of it.
So, what do you think the correct diagnosis is, Dr. Hawks?
I don't know what the correct diagnosis is, and I can't rely on any of you imbeciles to figure it out. You're all incompetent fools who shouldn't be practicing medicine. I'm gonna find the real cause while you all continue to make mistakes. Useless.
But Dr. Hawks.
I've had enough of all of you. Figure it out and don't mess up again. I'll be back when I have the correct diagnosis. So how are things going over in oncology, Johnson? Any interesting cases lately?
Oh, you know, the usual. Trying to help my patients through their treatments. It's tough, but we're making progress.
That's great to hear. Listen, I've been mulling over this really puzzling case I have. I can't seem to crack it.
What's going on with your patient? Maybe two heads are better than one.
I think I've got it. It all makes sense now. I need to go check on something. Thanks, Johnson.
Wait, you're leaving just like that? What about lunch?
Excuse me, I have an urgent diagnosis to share.
Hawks, what are you doing storming in here without protective gear?
This is unacceptable, Hawks. You're putting everyone at risk.
I can't believe this guy. No regard for protocol.
Hawks, we're in the middle of a surgery here. You can't just barge in.
Listen to me. The evolution of infectious disease theory was wrong. It's porokeratosis.
Porokeratosis. What's the prognosis, Hawks?
Yeah, how do we treat it? Are you sure about this diagnosis?
The prognosis is good. I solved it during lunch with Dr. Johnson. Treatment plan is ready to go.
What's the plan?
You and Gary are going to the patient's home to clean it up. I don't think they'll be able to afford it based on their medical bill today, thanks to how much time we all wasted looking for the wrong illness.
That works for me. I even have a cute maid outfit for that.
Gary, do you ever have the feeling that maybe you should shut the fuck up?
Thanks, Tracy. It was a tough case, but I'm glad we finally got it right with porokeratosis.
You did a great job, Hawks. I'm proud of you for finding the correct diagnosis.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't have taken this long. If my team was more competent, we would have gotten it right sooner.
Hold on a minute, Hawks. You were the one who made the initial incorrect diagnosis. Taking responsibility is the mark of a good doctor.
Well, I mean, yes, but
You can't blame others for your own mistakes, Hawks. Own up to them and learn from them.
I don't need this. I'm out of here.
And what's this? I hear about Leslie and Frank breaking into the patient's home and dropping a bottle of rhizotomy off at my desk.
I don't know what you heard. I suspect they're making up allegations to add to your investigation into my conduct.